What is a fallacy? Can you tell me what a fallacy is?
So, to be very honest, I don't even know what we're supposed to be talking about. But so what actually happened in the background, behind the scenes, after we did that live stream, and we talked here. You messaged me actually, and then we messaged each other, and we kind of behind the scenes, in few words, made peace. And yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, yeah. First thing, I think, I did get impatient with you publicly on Twitter tweets back and forth. So I do apologize for that. I think I could have been a lot better in terms of how I handled that situation. So, and we both were kind of interacting with Father Michael Lilly. So, he had some some words to say about trying to seek for peace. So I appreciate that from him, and I think he's right. So you are listed as the most humble guy. So I think you got some humility awards this last year from the Jesus Committee of the Internet, right?
Yeah.
Most humble here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just say that I'm being serious though. I was impatient. I don't disagree with any of the takes that I had, but I do think that I shouldn't have been as impatient with you, because you and I have always pretty much had a good back and forth. We've never really had DM disagreements or public disagreements, but maybe on some of these geopolitical or historical issues, we might come to some loggerheads. But I would just say, if I say something that sounds outlandish or crazy, at least I at least have some reason why I think so. I could be wrong about that. And I will say too that I respect both of you guys' breadth of information and knowledge that you have in regards to Islam, the Quran, history of Islam. You guys are way beyond me in that field, so I defer to you guys on that topic. I think there's other areas that I've put a lot of time and effort into, particularly with my grad work with geopolitics and psychological warfare, that I think could inform some of that. But I also have a pretty deep interest in Orthodox theology too. So if it's history of Islam, you guys are probably going to know a lot more than me. But I think on some of these other topics, I think I could speak to that.
I mean, I came to you to ask you questions, to learn stuff from you in private, about orthodoxy, about Christianity. So it's quite clear that I will also publicly express this, that I have respect for your knowledge and respect for the stuff that you have studied and all that. So I similarly have respect in that regard. I know David is smirking right now because he's trying to fight or something. I don't know, but but I have had that respect for you as well, and I did apologize to you in private, and I also want to publicly state that I think I handled the situation in a very wrong way, because I also easily got carried away and started saying nasty stuff when I saw some hostility from your side. I guess I kind of easily went down a very bad path and just started getting nasty as well, and then later regretted that, and that's why I actually contacted Father Lilly and asked him to basically ask him if he could jump in and fix this, help fix this. And he was so kind to actually immediately respond to me and to immediately do that. So very thankful to him. And he did, and the results were very nice. So I did act wrongfully as well, and I want to apologize for that. I also, over the last months, over the last weeks, there were times with me going through different changes in religiosity and my perspective on things, where I guess I'm starting a new perspective. I'm going down a new path, and I'm suddenly encountering lots of people who have huge difficulties with stuff that I say, and I have huge difficulties with things that they say. And I started fighting with lots of people that I didn't think I would be fighting with in the Orthodox sphere and the Christian spheres and all that. So I have to say, much of that was a very, very big mistake. And if I could go back now, I would tell myself to just be quiet and, not comment on everything.
Well, I took my schizo meds today, so I won't be schizo. All my meds.
Yeah. So I want to say
it's not that big of a deal. I get called schizo all the time. It's okay.
So I also want to say that I have been acting arrogantly about things, but I've recently kind of come to this whole conclusion that I don't really that I need to stop. I said a lot, and I need to stop and start listening a little bit more. But yeah, so sorry to you about all that, and I think we don't need all that fight, because I've always had respect for you. We always had friendly interactions, and although you say things that I disagree with, where you are clearly wrong and I'm clearly right. Yeah. Anyway,
End of argument.
Yeah.
Right.